In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to create the illusion of text coming out from one another out of nowhere. This is sometimes referred to as split text, and it's not an effect that you use, but it's actually position animations, track mats, and use of a feature called the ease in feature. So let's go ahead and get started. We start by creating our text. And with all animations, you have to think of what does it look like when it starts, what does it look like when it ends. So we'll start with split, and it's a simple position animation. This is where I need it to start at, so I'll start by clicking a keyframe on my timeline. We'll scroll down the timeline, and then I'll move it to where I want it to go, and it creates a position animation. Let's do the same with text. Start with a position animation of where it starts. Scroll down the timeline, and then move text to where I need it to end. So now I've created essentially a position animation where it looks like they just trade places. Now, as you can see at the end of the animation, it just kind of abruptly stops. And it's not because of the work area being too small, it's because that the animation is just very abrupt. We can fix this using the ease in feature. To do that, I'll click on the end of the keyframe. If I'm on a Mac, I'll use Control click. I'll select Keyframe Assistant and Easy Ease In. And you'll notice it changes my keyframe to a different arrow. What the Ease In feature will do is it'll allow the animation to continue, but it makes it more smooth without adding more frames to it. So now when we start, see how it slowly stops now. It makes for a smoother animation. So you'll find you'll probably use the ease in feature a lot on your animations because it allows it a little more time to play out without adding extra frames to it. So let's go and start the mat feature. Now that I have the text position animation, I'm going to create what they call a mat. As a reminder, this trick is only going to work with white text or black text. So let's start with split. I'm going to go and create a new solid layer. I'm going to keep it white. And then I'm going to position this just above split. And about there. I'm going to select the split layer because I need to mat the word split to this white. Split is selected under the track mat column. I'm going to select Luma Mat to white solid. So let's turn off the text layer for a second so you can see what happens. Like so. So now let's mat text. Same concept. I'm going to select text. I'm going to put a solid layer that is white on top of it. And then I'm going to position it. Then I will select text under track mat, Luma Mat solid. And so now when I play, Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, wait a second. It's still got this on there, and they're going in and they're disappearing. Well, like with all the animations, sometimes you tweak them a little bit. So let's tweak split. We'll turn on our layer. Scooch it down a little bit. Turn it back off. And you can see as I reposition it, what's going to actually happen. So now let's play it through. And we just keep tweaking it. So for split, we're just going to go ahead, since I want the text to come out, I'm going to move this up. We're going to move this down. And so now let's play it. And now we can get the text to do the reverse. Again, you may look at yourself and say, well, I need it to start off at a blank screen. Well, this is showing me how much of the mat is covering up and how much of the mats are missing. So we'll click on the split mat. I turn on the white solid. If I scooch it down a little and then turn it off, or if I scooch it up a little bit, scooch it right about here. Turn on the white solid, scooch it down a little, and as you can see, you can just adjust the white solid layers. And now you can create the illusion of the text coming out. And, as always, you just adjust the layers so that you can get the text to appear that it comes out of one another. And it's just in the tweaks. And this is how we create the split text effect using matte layers and the ease in feature and position animations and Adobe After Effects.